Hello and welcome to See If It Sticks. It's Monday, which means it's the news at Sticks. I'm Dan.
I'm Dom.
I'm Ross.
And we are joined in the studio today by special guest co-presenter Letty the dog.
Yes, little furry one who doesn't really make any noise.
Yes.
Unless you ask her to speak.
It takes half hour though.
Unless there are treats.
Mostly McDonald's chips.
McDonald's chips were the treat of choice today. And we've got some really fantastic news that finally we're catching up on the news that everybody else wants us to cover. Not just our own crap, which we have pretty consistently done for a long time.
We have.
Is it because none of us have been on the metro recently?
Yeah.
I've stopped catching trains.
Yeah.
First of all, this is going back a little ways now. We've got Ali Donaldson, a friend of the show, Ali Donaldson, who tagged us in.
Mega hockey fan, Ali Donaldson.
Yes, I've noticed that. Yeah, that's cool.
That's very cool.
That's a cool hobby.
He should take all three of us to Invicta Dynamo's game.
Hell yeah.
I completely agree. Yeah.
We'll do a show from the Invicta Dynamo.
It is the second most cool hobby in the UK after podcasting.
Okay.
It's true.
What were you going to say it was, Ross? The coolest hobby?
Cross stitch.
It's become very popular recently.
It's the third coolest hobby. Oh wait, hold on, I'm in a band as well. It's the fourth coolest hobby after band, cross stitch, podcasting.
Wow.
Eddie,
you just need to take up cross stitching, Dan, and you'll be the coolest human being alive.
Well,
it's true.
Who says I don't?
Don't worry, he's taken up one of the other coolest activities. Dan played D&D with me.
I did last week. I played D&D for the first ever time.
I was running my first ever campaign. For those of you that know what that is.
Dan kill many trolls.
It was the best. Dom was the best dungeon master I've ever played with.
Yes. I can imagine. Did he kill much stuff?
Actually, Dan won the fight in an interesting and creative way.
I shouted at them. My character
puffed yourself up, made yourself look big, and yelled at
my character ended
He's actually playing a dwarf.
Somehow ended up being this drunken, like, dwarf who, for some reason, seems to have a lot of money.
Right.
But it's like he was very drunk during the first rumble, and unfortunately, I began the encounter by falling over and being completely unaware of my surroundings because I was so drunk.
Yeah.
But then when I came to and realised that everyone else was involved in bloody combat with some whatever they were called.
Githyanki.
What's that to the layman?
They're like extraplanar alien. They're aliens. Let's say aliens. Fantasy equivalent of aliens.
Yeah. When I realised that they were in battle to the death potentially with these creatures in a sacred space. By the way, that's where I was. We were.
Okay. So that's even more. That's a cherry on top.
Yeah,
is
that is why everyone was very angry about it. I eventually woke up from my drunken slumber and shouted at them. I bellowed that they had better, cease what they were doing. Otherwise, I would get extremely, extremely angry.
And for you D&D nerds at home, he rolled a nat 20. So
does that mean
a nat 20 is you've got a 20-sided dice.
Yeah.
And if you roll a natural 20 on the dice, something very awesome happens.
Okay.
And the awesome thing that happened is that they all fucking run away.
I scared the shit out of them.
Yeah.
He was so
had he done that and rolled a 1, then they probably would have killed him.
They would have laughed at him.
Yeah.
He would have been so humiliated, I probably would have made his character soil himself.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
and he
I had already done that in real life. Yeah, I was going very method, so I actually got drunk, fell over, fell asleep for the first part of the encounter, woke up, I soiled myself in preparation, but I happened to
rolled your 20-sided dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. So you are the coolest because you've got that involved.
Here we go.
As well.
Got that.
Well, I haven't got that.
As well.
Maybe you should join us next time, Ross.
Maybe I should.
Create a character.
I think you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to enjoy it.
I've always imagined that I quite enjoy it.
I've been denying that part of myself for best part of a decade now. Dom's been trying to coax me into that that way of life.
How long does a game take?
Well,
As long as you want it to.
Yeah.
Yesterday we played for about 3 hours, but I've been in sessions that have lasted 10.
So you could potentially do a podcast D&D.
Yes. Actually, Ali Donaldson himself suggested that.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to get on the show and do this.
Is that
with
right?
us. Yeah.
Well, we can play like some sort of hockey Dungeons and Dragons instead of moving character pieces across a board. We can flick them with a hockey stick,
Like Hockey Subutio.
Yes.
We push their little heads and the little hockey stick goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
That must exist somewhere, I imagine.
So Ali tagged us in a thing,
Yes.
which is a butter knife, which has got some little sort of like serrated holes in it, and you drag it across
Like a cheese grater.
Yeah, kind of that kind of thing, and you drag it across the length of the butter, or the top of the butter, and it kind of shreds the butter so that it's
clever.
Therefore, making it more spreadable and
a
makes it
little bit
thaw
more
a little
easier to
quicker.
spread. Yeah, so because we've covered the spreadable butter before, our solution was a butter dish, a reusable butter dish, which we use sort of a bit like a battery. You do the tester on the battery to see how charged it is, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a warmth inside the thing, and you can either replace your butter into it, or you can just keep buying it for a premium, which I still like much better than this knife. But it's nice to know that people are thinking about these important things.
These world-shattering questions.
Is that available from JML?
As seen on TV.
And Woolworths.
We were tagged in it on the DAOS store, DAOS store. That is what the thing we were tagged on.
Deus.
Exactly. And now, now though, we're going to move on to a recurring segment.
Is it time?
Time again. Funnily enough, Monday being a segment unto itself, the news that sticks, we're doing a segment within a segment, a segment section.
Segmentception.
Ooh. Segmentception. Yes, and the dog is also stumbling over those words. I'm not sure if that was a fart or a bark.
It was a bark.
It was a bark. It was a little
She has
bark.
such a slack butthole. It just sounds like someone like opening a window.
That sounds odd.
Right.
That you would say it like that.
She has a slack butthole because it gets no squeakies. We don't get any nice noises. It's just.
And then the vileness occurs.
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, her farts aren't too bad. It's just, you get a little draft every now and again out there. And it's always on show with her because her tail's up. So you're always looking straight down the barrel.
Yeah, I have noticed that. That's the
third
only thing
eye.
that I sort of find uncomfortable about some dogs is that like I get really uncomfortable seeing animals' bum holes. Like, I mean, I used to.
You feel sorry for them, don't you? You think you must. Do you know your butthole's out?
I used to have a cat, and obviously cats sort of like often have their tails up in the air.
Yeah.
And,
Cat bumholes are weird looking.
But so are dog bum holes. They kind of look like a.
They look like bum holes.
Like a charred end of a pool cue.
Yeah. Or the stock end, not the queue end.
Yeah, the queue end. Like if someone set fire to it
without actually putting chalk on it.
She's facing the wrong way. I'm trying to check it.
You're just trying to check out your dog's
I know, like
bumhole.
I haven't seen her bumhole enough. Every time I walk her, it is there.
There's something uncomfortable about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think what it is that the bumhole is sort of a very, very personal place. I think
It is.
Someone.
It's the last thing. It's the last thing that you give up in a relationship, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or the first, depending on who you are, I suppose.
I guess so.
Well, that's how we became friends, Dom.
But
yeah, I mean,
look at my bum hole.
Like, I mean, the thing is, like, I would be more comfortable if, it was like life or death. You need to flash a group of people your penis, or you're going to die. Wouldn't have too much of a problem doing that. But there's something very exposing about having your bum hole out.
Yeah.
What if I had flashed someone on my bum hole if I was going to die?
Because, well, no,
I'd still do it.
I'd still do
if
it.
I was given the choice between the two, I think I'd probably flash my penis.
Because I think what it is, I mean, it's levels of sort of like exposure, isn't it? It's a little bit like, breasts, female breasts, like there's like the whole free the nipple thing, like what.
Free the sphincter.
It's kind of like a thing, isn't it? Like you cover up female breasts, but male breasts are kind of not looked at like a sort of like some sexual object.
So
like
you're trying to compare us with dogs.
Like it's going to inflame our sexual ardor. But in terms of exposure, like I see my penis and my balls are kind of out all the time. Every time I go for a wee or get in the shower, or
I guess
anytime I drop my trousers, my penis is there.
Yeah.
But even if I pull my pants down, like, your bumhole is still kind of covered.
Yeah, I don't know what my butthole looks like.
You
So
never
that makes it weirder.
You
because
never looked at your bumhole?
I know what my butthole looks like.
If I showed you my butthole, that for me would be weird, because you would know what it looked like, and I don't.
I know what my butthole looks like.
Don't get your phone out, Dan.
I can't believe. I'm just
You're going to show me a picture of your
itching my
butthole.
thigh. No. I've looked at my bumhole loads.
I don't think I know what my butthole looks like.
Let's
I must
have
have looked at it at some point when I was
I'm
younger.
gonna colonoscopy. I know what my butthole looks like. I know what inside my butthole looks like.
Really?
Oh yeah, I don't know what the inside of my bumhole looks like.
It's not pleasant. Especially after
My bumhole.
Oh, no, especially after you've taken laxatives for 24 hours.
No, I can.
And the whole
not.
thing is clean.
Yeah.
Nice and clean, no caffeine.
Yeah, because I had that. I had recently had a mold removed from just.
I thought you said your mold. Mold removed.
Yes, I had my bum mold removed. No, I haven't had a mold
Just so he
removed.
could look at his own sphincter straight on. He had it moulded out of plaster of Paris.
I had that mold removed, which was just to the south of my bumhole.
South?
Oh, it's on your taint.
Yeah.
Oh.
On the way there, yeah.
Wow.
That's got a specific, like, scientific name, the taint.
Gooch.
No, the glottis or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No man's land.
Yeah. Yeah.
The secret.
Yes.
The Bridge of Doom.
The Bridge of Doom.
But
The Rainbow Bridge.
after we've gone through the bum puns, the gooch puns, we're going to get onto Darren Hollister's social media.
You haven't even
digest.
said the word yet, yeah.
I think for Darren Hollister's social media digest,
Hollister's Hollers.
Darren Hollister's social media digest.
I think once I get good at saxophone, I should do like a little jazzy riff to, like,
And you have to do it live each time.
like a smoky
So
jazz
like-
riff. So I have to bring my saxophone
Like Lisa Simpson.
52 miles every week.
It's like Lisa Simpson in the opening credits for Simpsons. It's different every time.
Oh, okay.
You have to just riff a little saxophone.
I'd like to see that, but I would also like. I would also like every time we announce Darren Hollister's social media digest. I wouldn't mind if it was improvised and something different every time, but I also wouldn't mind if every time it just went.
Is that the start of Coronation Street?
No, that's
That's it.
So
what an awful show.
Yeah.
Darren,
Is it still going?
Yeah, oh, it's still going.
Fucking
It's still
hell.
going. Yeah, don't know how. Do not know how. There was a thing the other day. There was a load of controversy about it because Ken Barlow, obviously, you know.
I remember Ken Barlow
Ken
when I was
Barlow,
young.
Easy Dom. I know how fast you jump on the sexual assault accusations. He got cleared of that.
yes, I know he did. Yeah.
I believe he's currently a rapist.
He's
He's
fronting some satanic cult now.
Isn't he?
Where
That's correct. Ken Barlow is the head of the Church of Satan.
Yes, they
They-
kill the innocents.
Yes.
And
I believe he was last seen inside a child.
Yeah,
Whoa! I didn't say that.
this got dark.
I got really dark.
Let's
really
go to a
quick.
commercial break.
Just a picture of all three of us on that BBC screen, just like with our thumbs up and like sort of play school jumpers going, see if it's experiencing some technical problems.
But yeah, there was a controversy on Coronation Street recently because someone, I believe it ended up being something like Ken Barlow's grandson or something, stole Ken Barlow's car. But everyone was just like, since when has Ken Barlow got a car? Where does he park it? They all live on a terrace, and you can see the alley behind it.
There's no
and
cars.
no one parks on the road. There's always cars going through it. But where does Ken Barlow park his car? Where did it get stolen from?
Actually, they all have cars.
Well, where
because
are
they all go to that garage, don't they? There's a garage in there.
Yeah, just the garage is just they've just been working on the same car for 40 years.
And it's Ken Barlow's car. That's where he got nicked from.
Yeah.
That's where he parks his car.
Finally out the shop. The whole episode was him like sort of pom-pomming along, like putting on his driving gloves, his driving cap. Finally got my car out of the shop after 40 years. And then someone chores it.
You can't even steal cars anymore. How do you do that? You have to have the key.
It was a 1983 Renault
Megane.
sorry, Ford Escort.
Was it?
I don't know. I
Cosworth.
don't fucking know, Ross. Sorry, I know these are details that are important to
Well,
you.
these are details that I would have noticed immediately. But
Unfortunately, I didn't watch it. I just saw that there was a bit of controversy surrounding it because, you know, the question was, since when has he had a car?
1983, I believe.
Yeah.
Would
I
have
mean,
been
yeah,
A-Reg.
some of them have got to have cars because what's her name? Gail Platt nearly got drowned in hers.
She looks like a hamster.
By that man who was his name, Richard or something like
In
that.
Corrie, every now and
Yeah,
again,
big
doesn't
guy.
someone drive off for something into water?
Yeah,
The most soaps. That's a popular way of someone dying, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why they keep going with it because like.
It's quite spectacular for minimal budget, isn't it? I think that's what
Well,
it is.
I suppose you're right.
An old
yeah.
wrecker into a pool.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
reason they all drive 1983 Ford Escorts.
Yeah. Hey, they're worth a bit of money now.
Escorts. What's that? Are they?
Yeah, they're worth
Oh,
a bit
right,
of
must be
money
a
now.
1992 one then.
Well, like the one I had.
Yeah,
I had a
yeah.
92 Escort.
Yeah. Was there any panel on that? Which colour matched another one? Or
No,
was
because it was the classic Ford red, so it was slightly faded on the top because of the sun.
Right, my bad. I was thinking about your Mondeo actually.
It was only the bumper on the Mondeo that I
Yeah.
changed.
Wasn't one of the doors changed on your Monday?
No,
it was
only the
someone
bumper.
else, wasn't
I
it?
backed into my nan's next door neighbour's wall.
Last time I saw that Mondeo, we had pushed it all over a car park trying to get it to start, and in the final, we give up. We're going to put it back into space. It sort of ran out of brake fluid, didn't it? Like
Oh, and it rolled into the...
where we had been pushing it around without the car actually starting for about an hour. It finally ceased. The brakes finally ceased to stop it, and we just ran it into a
metal railing, wasn't it?
A fence.
Yeah.
And left it there. Yeah.
Still there to this day.
Probably is. You could probably sell it to Coronation Street. They could use that in their next big storyline.
It went rotten and mouldy inside. I left it. It was a perfectly good car, and I left it to rot outside my old work. And it got so rotten and rusty that when they came to tow it away, they couldn't move it because the wheels had seized. And as they dragged it, one of the wheels came off.
I was driving home a few days ago, driving down my regular route home, and saw a car's wheel, just rolling down the road, a bit like you see, when you see those videos of like motorsports and the wheel comes off and it's sort of just tearing down the road.
Was there all like the brakes and stuff attached, or was it just a wheel?
Just a wheel.
Someone had done the nuts up then, had they?
But there was no car. It was a clear road. There were two cars that drove past me going in the opposite direction, and I would expect to see some sort of...
Was it rolling towards you or away from you?
It was, I don't know, it was kind of rolling across the road. It just got across the other side of the road and hit the curb and bounced up and went into a bush.
That must have been a really interesting story to go with that.
I wanted to stop because...
That's like the beginning of a film.
Because surely if your wheel comes off, then your car would scrape along the ground, right?
Yeah, it would, yeah.
So looking in my rear mirrors, there was no cars, scraping along the ground or anything like that, or even coming to a halt. They were both driving off. In front of me, no cars had stopped in front of me.
Unless it had fallen off the back of something.
Maybe.
Maybe it's like, like
Or
the wheels on the
out
back.
someone drive.
Yeah.
There's no drives around there. Sorry, I'm just having
Distracted
a snack.
there, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no drives around there or anything like that. It was weird.
I bet there's a well cool story to
It
go
was
with
really, really weird, but
Or it's just a bunch of kids fucking about on a wheel.
Yeah.
no one around. It's that part going up from this office towards Canterbury, where you've just sort of gone past. Well, you're going up towards the where that Indian restaurant used to be. So all that's on the left hand side is a grass verge, and then on the right hand side there's the Vauxhall garage. But that's all like fenced at the front. There's all new cars laying on the front of there, and I'm pretty sure that wheels just don't. Well, old. It wasn't even new. It wasn't like it was a new wheel. It looked like an old, sort of rusted, slightly wheel. So
Someone must have been fucking around with it.
no idea.
Very curious.
Very curious.
Let's
indeed.
see if we can roll this into the road and kill someone. That's probably what I do.
Yeah.
Some kids threw a twig up my car the other day.
What did you do to them?
It was the Beamer. I wasn't that bothered.
Oh.
They missed anyway, but they threw a twig as I went past, trying to hit
You
it.
should have...
Run them over, mounted
you know
the
what?
curb,
I actually experienced...
ploughed them down.
I actually experienced the other day...
Whilst laughing hysterically out the window.
The other side of like being a kid and doing things around people in cars, because I remember very clearly like when you're like dicking around in the street when you're a kid, like you're on your bike or you're on your scooter or something like that, and then a car comes to around and nearly hits you and they like, you know,
Give you shit,
give you some shit about
Yeah.
it. You know, you and all your friends are going like, "Whoa," sticking your fingers up around like, fuck off, like, you know, drive more carefully. But then I was actually driving down my road the other day and there was a long sort of like line of cars all the way down like my road. And I always drive a little slower down there because the amount of university students that have walked, there's a path like halfway along, and they walk straight out of the path, straight in between the cars, and go straight out in the road when they got their headphones on. They don't even look. The amount of times I had to slam the brakes on.
It's because it's not a very busy road.
Yeah,
they kind of walk as they look, and then they go
Yeah, but the other day I was driving down there, and I only do about 20 around that road, and all of a sudden these two kids on scooters came flying off of the curb and through the cars, probably about 10 feet in front of me. So I had to slam the brakes on so that I didn't hit these fucking kids. So like I've just, you know, the window's gone down, my hand is on the horn, and I got out the window like, "You fucking wankers," and they're all just going, "Fuck off," and I was like,
those little shit.
Oh, wankers. Like, they have no idea how close I was to just killing them then. I was even being careful and they've still fucking done it.
Yeah. How much did it remind you of yourself?
And then that's the thing. I just sort of thought back 20 years and thought, what a little shit.
Yeah.
Right, let's bash through these. Darren Hollister.
Don't mind the sound of the pig in the background.
Yeah, can you keep that down a little bit? That's going to be very distracting.
It's eating my foot.
Darren Hollister has first. Right, let's go. He has sent us. Someone has got a screenshot here of the original patent for the toilet paper roll.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Is this the one that decides which way around it goes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Toilet paper roll, patented December 22nd, 1891. Over the top, my friend.
Away from the wall.
Over the top, away from the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Most hygienic way of doing it as well. Because if he's rubbing along the wall...
Yeah, every time you go to take a piece, you're rubbing your poo fingers.
You're rubbing your poo fingers along a wall, but also toilets are full of poo particles.
Yeah. How do you tear your toilet roll when you... I go for I sort of do a karate chop on top. Do
a quick tear.
Put the pad of my hand on top and do a precise tear. You go for a quick tear.
Quick tear, but normally most toilet papers will come away right, and it won't be all raggedy.
Okay.
We don't have a toilet roll holder in our bathroom.
So you have to pick it up.
I pick it up and I just grab it, tear it, pop it off.
Yeah. See, I tend to go for I stop the paper from turning anymore and tear exactly where I want it. 3 squares exactly.
I do 3 squares. Yeah.
I'm more of a 4 square man.
3 squares rolled over so that you get sort of like net. I would say you probably get a square. Like I sort of do a little origami.
Oh no, I just fold it in half. So I've got a square and a half.
Yeah.
Of like real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a big bum hole. Is that what you're saying?
He doesn't know. He's never seen it.
No, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're a square and a half man, I would say that there's a good chance you've got a big bum hole. You should really check out your bum hole, Ross.
What if it's elliptical?
Oh, right, I see. So you're wiping sideways.
Wipe away from the genitals, Rob.
Well, sideways is away from the genitals.
I'm not going to go into my peculiar bum wiping routine.
I really don't want to know
because it's so weird. No one ever believes me either.
Well,
now I want to know.
That's for another day.
That's for another day. We'll do an entire podcast on your.
I think it's for another day. I'll give you a hint. I stand up first.
What?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Oh, I stand up.
What?
Because when you've got your hand on the toilet, like, especially if you're like me and you have some slightly irritable bowels, things could be in all sorts of places. And also, because I tend to wipe with my left hand, I've got a watch on. And I don't
really? I wipe with toilet paper.
Yeah, no, standing up is a good way to do it as well, because then you get full expansion on your butt cheeks.
Yes, that is exactly. Well, Dom's just. I can't believe.
But do you stand and like bend over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is new for me. I just do a little lean.
Got a little bit of exposure.
Just do a little lean off to the left.
Mm.
Well, you two are meant for each other.
We'll cover that another time. Yeah. Oh, bum wiping brother.
Bum wiping bros.
My bum wiper from another mother. Darren's also tagged us in the a video of how drumsticks, the popular sweet, are made.
Oh, that one, yeah. Oh, it's fascinating to watch.
That's beautiful.
It's very calming. I think possibly, we've talked before about things you're going to watch before you go to bed, like the fires on Netflix and things like that.
Slow TV.
I watch. I've discovered something. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on the podcast before, on Netflix. Something I like to watch before bed. It's very calming. Bob Ross.
Oh yeah,
the painter.
Painting.
The painter.
Little accidents.
Just says, and maybe it might be different in your world, but I'm just gonna put this tree right here. Happy little tree.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's literally the best thing to fall asleep to. And also, you get to see the picture at the end, and they're normally pretty good.
They are pretty good. He's very good. Yeah.
You can go to, because he did a whole art school, and he's got lots of students that are out in the world.
Okay.
And there are various people in sort of London and southeast London that me and my partner Jem have seen, because we're looking to possibly go to an art class together.
Ooh.
To do a bit of painting.
Are you going to do a ghost-style pottery making class?
Yes, exactly.
I can imagine that for 99% of people in the world, doing a bit of painting is very relaxing. For me, it would just be, as soon as it starts to go wrong, I'd be setting fire to the damn thing.
But they're happy little accidents. But there are Bob Ross approved painters. Then you can learn the Bob Ross method.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
He's
got his own method, is he?
Yeah, it's his own method. Yeah, it's just oil paint. It's a specific kind of oil paint that he does, and he's got a specific method. That whole, he just whacks the canvas, doesn't he?
The first thing is you just have to be extremely, extremely patient and zen.
No, these are neither of things that I'm good at.
That is it.
Well,
that's the only qualification. You have to paint using the same materials as him, and you have to be chill as fuck.
I'm a pretty good intermediate.
Can you get
model
baked
painter
first?
Probably.
Just to get yourself.
Well,
down
he
to
was
his
an
level.
army drill sergeant, and the whole point behind the painting and the soft voice and stuff is that he never wanted to yell at people ever again, and so he just had this soft voice and did a little bit of painting.
There you go.
And made the happy little trees.
Happy little tree.
Happy little trees.
Next up.
Wow, there's more.
Next up. Yes, indeed. Let's see what we've got here. We've got what happened to the original Pink Power Ranger.
Oh shit!
Recently, we've been.
Is that from?
No.
Oh.
This is Darren again.
All right.
We've had an in-depth discussion as to what happened to the Power Rangers. Her name was Kim Ann Hart. No, sorry. Yes, yeah. Her name was Kim Ann Hart in the show. Pink Ranger is played by Amy Jo Johnson in her first acting role, and as I've discussed before, they were not probably initially picked on their acting abilities, but more because the Pink Power Ranger was a gymnast and things like that. But apparently, she has been doing multiple appearances in TV and film. Spin City, ER.
Oh, she's one of those extras that turns up in everything.
She now has she's self-produced her own feature film, The Space Between Us. She's a singer-songwriter. Basically, she's just done loads of shit.
Yeah.
A lot of these people become multi-hyphens, don't they?
And none of these things sexually aggressive. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Blue Ranger David Yost, who was in more than 200 Power Rangers episodes. And he struggled after suffering a nervous breakdown and undergoing sexual orientation conversion therapy.
Oh, blimey.
Good for him. Red Ranger, Austin St. John, leader of the Rangers.
Hang on, what's sexual orientation?
I think you are
therapy.
Saying. I think you're congratulating the wrong thing there.
Yeah, what's sexual orientation?
Sexual orientation conversion therapy means he's ashamed of being gay and is trying to be made into
Oh,
right,
pray the gay away.
Yeah, pray the gay away type stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what caused him to have the nervous breakdown. Is that
Well,
what
no,
they're
he had a
saying?
nervous breakdown. I think it's probably because he, you know.
Oh, do you know what? I read it as sexual conversion therapy, and I just assumed that meant that he was
good things.
Yeah, but it's sexual orientation conversion therapy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that's bad things.
I'm definitely not congratulating that.
No.
That is a
I was just like, eh?
That is a real fucking shit.
I was like, that wasn't as sarcastic as I would have hoped it would have been.
No.
It sounded too genuine to be sarcastic.
Yeah.
And just very quickly, Red Ranger, Austin St. John, original leader of the Rangers.
A farmer.
He tried to kill his roommate or something, didn't he?
No, he just got fat.
What allegations again, Dom?
Green Ranger, Jason David Frank.
No, I think it was another one of the Red Rangers from one of the other series. I'm gonna leave the Power Rangers alone.
Green Ranger ended up doing professional and amateur MMA. Black Ranger, Zach Taylor, was replaced, but he did do some voice work in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too, and Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah.
Yellow Ranger quit after 1.5 seasons and went in. Acted in a few things and then died in a car accident.
Oh dear.
Okay. Well, that is what the Power Rangers are doing now. No reports there of anything sexual offence.
All right.
What have we got here?
My God, there's more.
This is a car.
How long has this been going?
This is a car on high wheels.
Oh, so it can go over
it goes over traffic. Yeah,
it goes
I saw that one.
I've seen this. Yeah.
It's got little stilts.
What it is, it's like it's
and it wasn't CGI, was it? It was an actual car they built.
It's like extendo. Like it's like go gadget wheels.
Yeah, and it goes over the car there. And there's an old man with a large moustache who I imagine owns several guns, looking very bemused at this car.
I'm assuming. Didn't Inspector Gadget's car do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think there's been quite a few cartoon cars that have done that.
Yeah, there has. Most notably, Dick Dastardly's car in the Whacky Races.
Yeah, I was going to say.
What was Dick Dastardly's car called?
I can't
Because the dog was called Muttley, but they all the cars had like funky names.
Yeah, it was called.
I
can't remember.
I'm sorry, I've got to find out.
It'd be something like Evil One or something like that. I'm sure.
It might have been the number plate, but.
Yeah. So that'd be good. That'd be very good in traffic.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed
with that.
That
was only a prototype though, wasn't it? It was a one-off.
Is that right? Well,
yeah.
Trouble is,
his middle name is Millhouse.
Whose middle name's Millhouse?
Dick Dastardly.
Is it?
Yeah.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. That'd be good until everyone gets one of those
The Mean
cars.
Machine.
Mean Machine. Of course it fucking was.
Sorry. And now prepare for a list of Whacky Races car names.
Oh God, here we go.
Okay, so where are we?
Plot. They race whilst being wacky.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
List of Whacky Races cars. There we go. There's a Wikia page for Whacky Races.
No way.
Yeah. So here
what
we
was
go.
Peter Perfect's one, wasn't it?
Peter Perfect.
The Perfect Mobile.
So you got Dick Dastardly, the Mean Machine 00.
Yeah.
You got the Slag Brothers, the Cavemen, in Bouldermobile.
Yeah.
The Gruesome Twosome in the Creepy Coupe.
Oh yeah, of course.
Professor Pat Pending in the Converter car.
Yeah. His did that as well, didn't it?
Yes.
His had the wheels.
Red Max in the Crimson Hay Baler. Penelope Pitstop was called Compact Pussycat.
That's got to be a band now.
Yeah.
Right?
Sergeant Blast and Private Meekley in the Army Surplus Special. It was like a Jeep.
Sergeant Blast is my porn name.
The Anthill Mob in the Bulletproof Bomb. Lazy Luke
That's
and Blubber Bear.
That's a great band name.
The Bulletproof Bomb.
Wait, there's about to be another one. Lazy Luke and Blubber Bear and the Arkansas Chuggabug.
Oh, yeah.
Pete Perfect's Turbo Terrific.
Turbo Terrific.
Rufus Rough Cut and Sawtooth in the Buzzwagon. There you go. That's all the races from the Whacky Races.
What a show.
Hanna-Barbera reusing those backgrounds since
loved
19
that show.
whatever
Just
it is.
over and over again with the same mountain going past.
Great show, though. I really enjoy that.
I always enjoyed Whacky Races.
Yeah.
More than the Flintstones,
Yeah.
I'll definitely.
as Hanna-Barbera cartoons go. But I always enjoyed Top Cat because he was
Top Cat was great.
He was the most tip-top Top Cat.
the most... what was it? The most... leader of the gang. He's the top, he's the tip, he's the man.
Championship.
He's the
Something
top, tip, top. Top Cat, dude.
And
Coolest guy ever to live in a bin.
On that... What about Oscar the
What did you
Grouch?
say? What about Oscar?
Oh, Oscar the Grouch, no.
Oh, okay then.
Pretty fucking cool.
Well, on that note then, as soon as we're ending it on Whacky Races, I'm going to end the news for this week.
Oh.
I'm gonna call it there. Otherwise it's going to go on for way too long. We'll be back on Thursday with the main episode where we'll be solving your first world problems.
Your problem.
So if you do have any problems, send them in to stickitpod.com. That is our website, and there you can find all of our social media channels. Ping us an email, do all sorts of things. And if there is any first world news you think we might be interested in, or you think our listeners might be interested in, let us know, and about 2 months later I will finally get round to bringing it up on a news. As per, I've left I've kind of made a little bit of an exception because it is Darren Hollister of Darren Hollister's Social Media Digest, but it is possible that Darren, in large portions of these, has used as a source the only thing slightly less credible than the Metro, which is the Lad Bible.
Well, the Metro's fine. It's just the Daily Sport we had the problem with. Like.
Yeah. But
it's fake news, okay?
There's a kind of a grey area there for me, Lad Bible wise.
I always feel like what the Lad Bible put out is you can't really blame the Lad Bible because it's never their own thing that they're putting out. They're sharing someone else's shit out.
Yes, that is it. Yeah.
But
there you go.
Good on them. They've made a brand for themselves, haven't they? Out of owning nothing.
Yes, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll be back.
Tears of Redditors.
We'll be back on Thursday, and we'd just like to remind you that we have nothing and we don't own anything. So, if you want to make us millionaires, then that is fine by me.
What's that?
Please.
Sorry, what's that got to do with?
Because they're talentless fucks, and they're doing really well for themselves.
And we're talentless fucks, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Yeah. It's not
there
like
you go.
Got any real product? Yeah, we've just got we've got a cult on a Facebook page.
That's it.
For this news, I've been Dan.
I've been Dom.
I've been Ross.
That was my best Muttley impression.
That was good.
That was good.